Hi, welcome back to the Daily Line at BetRepublic.com. I'm Jarvis Symes. Let's talk about Major League Baseball for today. A lot of series beginning with Game 1 today, so we're seeing a lot of new matchups and a lot of umpire news that isn't going to be unveiled until probably half an hour, 20 minutes before game time. A lot of the handicappers that I talk to for baseball like to wait on knowing who the umpires are. I know a lot of people are just throwing picks out there, basing it on, just the pitching matchups, and that's fine too. Systems, trends, there's all sorts of strategies for it, but I guess it depends on how serious you want to take it, how much money you want to bet. If the umpire news comes out and you've got, say, like Bill Hahn, Mr. Rohde going in there, you might get a better price by betting on the home team before the umpire news is released. Let's talk through a couple of the games, though. I've got some information for you, some betting stuff you might want to know if you're considering some plays. Starting things off, San Diego playing in L.A. today. Dodgers are laying 124. Now, that's the highest line I've spotted on this game so far throughout the day. It's been going up, and we're seeing basically, well, what can you expect? LA have won 9 straight games. They are the hot team in the majors right now. San Diego, on the other hand, just 1-4 since that blown save by Luke Gregerson against this same Los Angeles Dodgers team last Friday night. That was happens to be Jon Garland's last start. And so he's looking to get back into this again. Look for a great effort from Garland today. Ramon Martinez, 1-1 on the mound for LA. He's got a 5.40 ERA. LA Dodgers obviously swept that series against San Diego because they won 9 in a row. San Diego, though, is 7-1 in their last 8 road games. I like San Diego to put an end to this. I know you can be right on a streak as many times as you want. You can only be wrong once, but I'm calling it today, end of LA's streak. I like San Diego. I've got an official selection on the Padres, getting back plus money. You might want to wait a little bit, too, because we are seeing action on LA. Jack this line up a little bit further. Let's run the bases, brought to you just by Jarvis Symes on behalf of Greg Dempson, because I did talk to Greg this morning. Got some baseball news from him as well. Start things off, Minnesota at Boston. Boston laying 125. Baker's on the mound versus Buchholz. Buchholz has been one of the hottest pitchers in baseball lately. 3-1 with a 4.32 ERA in his last 4 starts. Boston beginning their tough run against divisional leaders right now, but they bounced back nicely last night from that 9th inning meltdown against New York in Game 1 with a 7-6 win against the Yanks. I like Boston in this game. At 125, when you play the New York Yankees, a big divisional rival, and you have a solid game like they had yesterday, bouncing back from the defeat they had the game before, you've got a team who realizes their point in the series right now. They've got 3 tough opponents coming up, but they've got an opportunity to catch a Minnesota team who's run into a couple stumbles lately. Just leaning towards Boston, laying 125. That's about the most I'd like to lay on a money line, especially at this point of the year, but I like Boston in this game. Let's look at Detroit, playing in Oakland. Justin Verlander on the mound. I like that. Verlander is one of my players in fantasy baseball. Detroit's laying 119. Verlander's coming off an extra couple days rest here because of rain delays. So hopefully that doesn't throw off his system. But he is 3-0 in his last 3 starts, really heating things up. Oakland just beat Seattle in back-to-back games at home, but Seattle is just a different club when they're playing down in Oakland. I think they're now 1-7 in their last 8 games down in Oakland. So good for Oakland. They beat the team they're supposed to beat, but Detroit comes in. I lean on Verlander and the Tigers getting it done today in Oakland. Go to Lakers. I'm looking at LA. Got LA Angels playing against the Chicago White Sox. White Sox leading 153. A couple of lefties here. This game caught my eye because we used this same profile on Monday's Daily Line when we got a couple of American League left-handers matching up against each other. This game fits into a profile that we used Monday for a winner that is now hitting at over 80% on the season. That's just in 2010, over 80%. The total on this game, 8.5 over 125. Saunders, 0-4 in his last 4 starts against the White Sox. We can't expect a lot from him, but I do like this game to stay under the total. Remember, the White Sox have got the 2nd worst batting average in Major League Baseball. They're hitting .231 right now, and the Angels are just a bad team on the road. So take this all into equation here, plus the 80% profile I have live. I actually may make a play on this game staying under the total later on in the day. One for the road today, guys, brought to you by sportsbetting.com. We're looking at Baltimore on the road down in Texas. Texas is a much better team at home. Can't get a lot of offense all the time from Baltimore, but I'm looking for this game. It fits a profile. Again, I mentioned I spoke to Greg Dempson. He's got a profile. He was looking for a 9 on this game. Didn't find it, so it wasn't an official play for him, but crunched a few numbers. Texas at home. I like this one, basically Stan going over the number. I like the way Rangers are playing on home court. So they'll stick with that one as one for the road. I just want to quickly mention, too, that the Toronto Blue Jays are in Seattle, starting off a series there. Brett Cecil's on the mound. Seattle back home after getting bounced in Oakland a couple of times. Total on the game is just 7.5. Guys, you might want to consider a play on the over in Toronto and Seattle game 1. Anyway, that's baseball. Stick around if you want to hear some more news about the NHL. We'll be right back after this break.